fit it into the honey. Woo!
Woo!
Woo! Thank goodness. TGIF. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Taylor, in this trust tree, good morning.
Good morning.
You are always loyal
Yes.
to the Godfather, to the media mogul. And there was an act
He's
of
a Godfather now.
act of disloyalty only in this respect. Somebody who shall remain nameless, but I'll look at her,
What did I do? I don't even know.
threw a little Twitter
Uh-oh.
shade at yours truly, Beef. Is that allowed? Or
That's a major faux pas.
do we
'cause
send her over to, one of the competitors to do updates from here on out? Is it time? We've passed the 6-month window, Jeff.
Let me see, Taylor. Let me see what you sent.
Little
It
Twitter
wasn't even
shade.
bad. It was just
I'll-
about
I'll-
his Huckleberry, Huckleberry thing.
What's wrong
And
with that?
so, well, him and who they had the bet.
Him and the
They were-
Huckleberry.
Him and the Huckleberry were going back and forth about it. And
I was celebrating like a
He
champion.
was.
Because
So
Huckleberry.
I just said he's had a calendar up, marking off the days until he gets to tweet about this.
Okay.
That's all I said.
Well,
You took offense at that, Fred?
that's offensive.
It's true. They're-
Careful.
You
I
caught,
can
you caught him
feel
on a
it.
bad day. That normally it wouldn't bother him. I don't-
Careful.
That seems pretty
Just be
innocent.
careful. You're warned.
Okay.
innocent.
You
That's
get a
my
warning. You get a
Okay.
warning. Next
If
time.
you think that we don't
next
send
time,
the update
there's
girls,
a horse head in your bed.
Yeah, if you don't think we send the
You
update
put the
girls
bird in here this morning.
off to other continents in many cases, you're number 4, by the way, and that doesn't count Sticks, who's half man, half girl when it came to the updates.
Oh. Yes, it was.
He cried. He cried like a girl. He
Did he
walked
cry?
like a man. Yeah.
Yeah, he did cry.
He cried
It was
a
a
few times.
tremendous
He cried
win.
once when Jeff got on him.
Go Astros. Now I can root against the Yankees. Life is good. The Huckleberry 100 is won. I expect prompt payment on it.
Secure the bag.
It's been secured. I asked him if he'd like to double down. I'll give him the Dolphins and the Bengals for the Super Bowl, and I'll take the field. I think he's considering it. Oh, it's a joyous day. The Huckleberry 100 has been secured. For those who missed it, I simply had the Yankees, the Astros, the Indians, and the Red Sox at the beginning of the year.
Just to get to the World Series, gang, not to win it. That would be
The
not quite as
Huckleberry.
Huckleberry-ish.
The Huckleberry had everyone else.
Is he mad that it's dubbed the Huckleberry Hundo?
Well, he dug in his heels because he's so competitive. That's why. That's why I'm hammering him, because I gave him, inside the business, I gave him opportunity to wiggle off the hook. Buyout, and he...
What was your buyout price? $50?
60.
They should have done that.
60.
Why would
And
you not do that?
60 on the dollar.
That's a man that has
At
too
what
much
point
money.
did you
Dan.
do that? Halfway?
That was back in August
Yeah.
when it was known who was going to the postseason. He doubled down, and now he lost, and he'll pay me. He'll pay me greatly.
It's not very...
$100 American dollars, of which I will celebrate like a champion. Because I am a champion. I am a winner. I am a winner, people.
Good. It's not very often in today's day and age of technology and analytics that a team can make such a dumb, glaring mistake as the Rays did last night. But they had a pitcher on the mound who held the glove one way when he threw a fastball, held it another when he threw a curve. I mean, the Astros basically told the Rays that they knew every time two Astros players crossed each other in the first inning, they stopped and talked like they hadn't seen each other in a while. It was
very
it was obvious while it was happening.
Well, there's a sense of irony there because the Rays are the, cutting edge.
Smarter than you, team.
Yeah. Kevin Cash is poring over books, and it's such a boring, not boring. It's if you're not a fan of the Rays, it's smart.
Smug
but it's annoying.
is what it is.
It's annoying
Smug.
to watch because he trots out to the mound, pitching change after a one hitter, pitching change. It was 8 guys last night, and like I said, I get it, man. They hung in there. It was 4. They gave up 4 in the first, and they didn't give up another run.
They pitched like 9 guys.
They didn't give up another hit till the 7th inning.
I know.
It's got to be frustrating if
There
you're
it is up there, though. I mean, it's
yeah. It's got to be frustrating if you're an Astro.
pronounced. I mean, glove at the chin on a fastball, glove at the chest on a curve. And like I said, what was even made it even worse is the fact that the Astros, that whole inning, basically just would call time and go talk to each other and tell the next guy.
Although his Bregman telling Carlos Correa didn't seem to help.
Well,
swing,
I know,
swing.
but you still know. It still makes a difference. Do I have a right to be absolutely furious with Major League Baseball if the rumor is true? And they changed the dynamic of the baseball going into the postseason. And maybe now that's why my team hit 8 balls to the wall without any of them going out.
Well, there had been that rumor going in. Is that rumor now confirmed? Or?
Well, I don't know if it's confirmed, but
The analytics suggest that it's legitimate.
yeah. I heard they had talked about it.
that's weak. You got to play with the same standard that teams.
Yeah.
And look, I'm not just the Braves, but might explain the Dodgers and the Twins not being competitive. I mean, that's how those teams
Yeah.
built their strength, was hitting the long ball. Now, the Yankees won anyway, but
Yeah.
they didn't hit as many either. I just think if you're going to – I got no problem changing the ball because not going into the playoffs. I don't know. And maybe it's not true, but –
Well, I heard that going in that they were going to do that, but I don't know if they did or not. And
well, if you do, you can't be secretive. Tell the teams and tell everyone. I mean, why make it a controversy?
Well, it couldn't have been too secret. I mean, I would think the players would know immediately. Murph, remember, we talked to Murph, and he said, yeah, you could tell. So I would think that, I remember Syndergaard said early in April it was like throwing an ice cube or something because the seams were so different on the baseball. So, so that occurred. I watched some of the Patriots who covered the spread, and the Giants really didn't play too badly, and their Patriots had – and one thing I've learned about the Patriots, though, is you never make any judgments on them in October. They'll be fine. They're 6-0, by the way, and their defense is really good. And Daniel Jones threw 3 picks, and he didn't play that badly, I thought. So considering what he had, I think Daniel Jones has a chance to be pretty doggone good. He fits the ball in there pretty well now. Some of his picks were, he threw 3 of them, so that was bad. But Brady made a glaring mistake holding the ball too long, got tackled, lost the ball, and was a touchdown Giants, 14 all. And if you bet the Giants, you're thinking, man, they're going to cover this. 17
we've become numb to just the passing game in the NFL? Tom Brady passed Peyton Manning for second all time in passing yards last night.
Yeah.
Crickets chirped.
Yeah.
And they barely mentioned it. There was no talk of it leading into the game.
Mm-hmm. They got some issues on offense that they're going to need to address.
Gronk's
going to have
anybody.
to.
I don't
Gronk
know how
will come
good they
back
are.
in November, and then
I don't know how good they are. I know
they'll
they're
be
good, but they're about to have a stretch where they're at Baltimore, at Philly, Houston, Dallas at home, or Houston on the road, Kansas City, Dallas at home. They'll lose a couple or 3 games there, but they could bench Brady, and go 13-3.
Yeah.
Tom Brady could not play another game this year, and they would go 13-3. And it's not a conspiracy, but it's amazingly lucky how it works that they finish first place every year, and yet it just times out that the AFC East plays a weak division in the conference and out of the conference, I guess, because their schedule is a joke, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and you could criticize them, but yet then they've been to 9 Super Bowls.
No, correct. That's not why. I'm not saying
fault.
that.
Yeah.
It just seems, on top of everything else, you've got, this first 6 games is an absolute embarrassment.
Yeah. Well,
you could add up all 6 of those teams, and you get about 3 wins.
well, the Steelers were 0-0 when they played and had their guys back and were thought of to be a good team. So, and the Patriots annihilated them. It wasn't like
I hear you,
Ben was out at the time.
Because I've had 5 more since then, and the Steelers haven't done anything. I think they're probably down a little bit with no Brown and Bell.
And they went into Buffalo and won that game. They'll go to the Jets next. Then they play, Browns, Ravens, Eagles, Cowboys, Texans, Chiefs.
Browns isn't a tough game. That's like having the Redskins
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games in a row that are, and then they get the Bengals, Bills, and Dolphins to finish, and they get the Bills in New England. So
I think they'll beat the Browns 31-3 if the 49ers did, but those other 5 to me are more telling.
Yeah, it'll be fun. And of course, the Jags go Sunday with the Saints. Lots of good stuff to talk about there. One being, I read this yesterday, the Saints defense does not allow 100-yard rushers.
Yeah.
So it's like 31 games and counting.
They're middle of the pack when it comes to scoring defense and total yard defense, but they're better at the run than the pass.
And like we told you yesterday, Shad Khan confirming that he went and flew down and visited with Jalen Ramsey. And we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Well, from Jalen's reaction, they each heard 2 different conversations.
Yeah.
Because Shad basically said unequivocally Jalen's playing.
Yes.
And Jalen said, I'm going to listen to my body. In other news, Elena Deladon finished off the WNBA Finals last night with 3 herniated discs in her back. So talk amongst yourself.
Let's hope the body part Jalen's listening to isn't his heart.
Yeah. If he's listening to that back, I'll point you to a WNBA girl who's in much more pain than you are, Chief. But whatever. You just do your thing, Jalen. It's your world we're living in, buddy. Fighting Jalen's on the field this Sunday against the Saints. All right, let's hit some of the other headlines from around the
Let's do it.
Sports world.
Let's do it.
10-minute drill coming up.
Come on, baby.
An All-American Friday brought to you by All-American Roll-Off and Recycling, a JB Coxwell Company.
Now, Downtime with Dan on 1010XL. Brought to you by Ameris Bank. Our look is changing, but our commitment to you remains fierce. Learn more at amerisbank.com/new look.
And when you think Saints, you think offense, right? I mean, even without Drew Brees, Teddy Bridgewater is getting a little bit better each week. They got Michael Thomas. They got Alvin Kamara. They use Taysom Hill effectively. So you always think about the offense, but defensively they've gotten better, and that's the key. That's why they're one of the top thought of teams to be a Super Bowl candidate. Man, they haven't allowed a rusher to go over 100 yards in 31 straight games. Leonard's gone over 100 the last 2 games. Something's got to give Sunday at the bank. So we shall see what happens. Listen. You want Leonard Fournette. The Jags are going to score a lot of points if Leonard Fournette goes over 100 yards. When that happens, they've done pretty well. So let's see if they can keep that train rolling on Sunday. If they do, they got a chance. But, of course, the defense, referendum game, time to step up and make a statement.
At Ameris Bank, we didn't become bankers so we could tell you no. We chose this profession because we knew we could make a difference. That's one thing all Ameris bankers have in common. A determination to get you what you need when you need it. Soon you'll notice Ameris Bank's look is changing, but our heart and fierce determination remain. We are proud